Hit subscribe. Please, I mean, just it's one button. That's all you gotta press. Just one button. I mean, like 2 or 3 buttons if you want to share with your friends. I mean, it's encouraged, but you ain't gotta do it. I mean, I'd appreciate it. I'll give you a kiss on the forehead. All right, let's get into this, y'all. All right, welcome to the Two Tone Podcast. We're running out of ideas for how to start the podcast, so here we are. What are we on? Episode 30, huh?
Good old 30.
We've been doing this for a hot minute, kid.
Yep.
Oh, more than half a year now. That's pretty wild.
Damn.
It's been like 7 months.
Damn.
That's a long fucking time for the pod. If you are still rocking with us, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming out and watching the podcast. If you're not already, hit subscribe. It's a free way to show us you appreciate what we're doing. My name is Jaylen Kale. Alongside me, as always,
Theo.
how you doing this week, kid? You got a fuzz on the microphone?
Yeah,
What you
I got
doing?
a fuzz on the microphone. But I'm doing.
You been up to anything new and exciting?
Still working on the podcast.
On the podcast?
Or not on the podcast.
We on the podcast right now.
On the script. And,
Gotcha.
I mean, also starting a Twitch channel.
Oh, shit. What's your game of choice on Twitch?
Rainbow Six. Not very good, but
I'm about to say, I never really got into Rainbow Six. I was always more of a, like a Apex or, like back in the day when Fortnite was good. I used to play Fortnite all the time. Me and Bob played duos on Fortnite all night long.
yeah.
But, how's streaming going? How's that, is it difficult to do? I've never really looked into, streaming on Twitch.
I mean, it's not really difficult. There's just a bunch of loopholes and shit that you have to get through if you want certain things on your Twitch channel while you're live streaming.
So, do you have a face camera, or is it just like your
it's just
gameplay?
my voice.
Just your voice?
Yeah.
How do you even do it? You just, is it through Xbox? Like, is there a way to stream through the Xbox?
Yeah, you can download the Twitch app on whatever console you're using, and then it'll stream through the Twitch app, but you can, like, you don't need like any external computer or anything to do it. So
Interesting. I never really, as I said, I never really looked into streaming or anything. It's not really. I mean, there's people that stream like like Mark Rebier. He streams his live performances and whatever.
yeah,
But
those are different than like streaming on games, but
I feel like the streaming community in general has just like gotten so much of a big boom recently. You see, like
COVID.
yeah, I'm gonna say everybody's got to sit in the house.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Same thing with like streaming channel or streaming networks like Netflix and all those big name streaming
Right.
platforms.
Was there anything that motivated you to want to start streaming?
Not really. It's just more I played games with friends, and then I was like, I might as well stream this just for fun. So
Right, y'all already having a good time. Might as well share it with other people if you can.
yeah.
Have you had many viewers on your streams, or is it just kind of just a couple here and there?
Right now we're chilling at like 1 viewer,
Hell yeah!
but
You got to start somewhere, man.
yeah.
I remember back in the day when we dropped the pod, the first couple episodes, you start off at the top, you're like, oh shit, we got 85 views on the first episode, let's go. And, week 2 hits and you said 24 views. And then week 3 you said 7 views, bro. I'm gonna stop the podcast, man. But no.
Yeah.
Anyways, I I feel like I always enjoy doing the pod,
Yeah.
But anyways, outside of streaming, what you been up to with Spiff Diff and Kush?
I worked on it I worked on some stuff a couple days ago, but other than that, I think I'm getting closer to the end mark of the next draft. So
That's good. Hell yeah. We were talking a little bit about
I think I'm probably gonna wait till the summertime to film it though.
yeah, that kind of makes more sense. Excuse me, goddamn, full of gas today. Sorry. But that makes more sense, seeing as the beginning is like a desert kind of scene.
Yeah.
You don't really want to film in the snow, and then the end comes, and you're just like, what the fuck? Why are we on a beach? What the fuck happened?
Yeah. I'm still finding it difficult to find a place that looks like a desert area or like a dried up area.
Might just have to take a trip to the desert.
That's in Utah though.
I mean, I'm sure it's not that far, honestly. Like, and the reality of everything is kind of far, but it's not like, it's going to take you 7 days to get there.
I was watching TikToks before I came over, and this lady was like, people from America, when I tell them I live in a small town in the UK, and they ask if it's close to London, and I tell them no. And then some guy was like, I'm going to defend all the Americans here, and then like looked up the destination or like the distance between London and where that person lived, and it was like 2 hours. It's like in America, that's not long at all.
Right, that's not far at all. Like, if you go in 2 hours, you might be going across the state, but like, you might be going from like the middle of the state to the top of the state in Indiana. Well, I mean, it's kind of like 4 hours, but yeah, it's crazy as fuck. I seen a couple things about that, like how in England, if you have to go like a 2 hour drive, it's like the end of the world,
Yeah.
But I saw it was between like this English dude and this Australian dude, and he was like, 2 hour drive, mate. That's nothing, mate. We just go, that's us going to the market, mate. But it was just funny to see how people compare the.
Well, I mean, England has been around for centuries, so. And
I mean, I feel like all of it's really compact too.
Yeah.
It's really close together.
Definitely.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think we're gonna start shooting the first part of the music video here soon. I want like the main setting of the music video to be in the fall, and then that one part I was telling you about where like the beat switches up, or there's effect over it.
Yeah.
It's gonna like flash from the hot and cold idea that I was talking about.
All right.
I'm excited to like kind of direct my first video. Especially I feel like with you and Kyle helping, I feel like it'll be I've always had to take direction from both of y'all, and now I'll be like, all right, you go over there. And you point the camera right here. Nope. All right, up, down. Just a little. It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be hard to get the moving shot that you want.
I feel like
none of us have a steady rig. Neither of us have steady rigs.
I'm gonna say we can find a flat enough road. It ain't gotta be perfect, but I'm not trying to have it like stabilized where like those shots where like somebody's moving up and down, but their head always stays in the middle.
Yeah.
I ain't that pressed about it, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I have some ideas cooking up about it.
This is why we need the Ronin D4.
What the fuck is that?
It's a camera that has it's crazy. It has a gimbal and a stabilizer made into the camera.
How the fuck they do that?
And it's that $6,000 camera that I was showing you.
Oh yeah, the one you was talking about forever ago.
Yeah. But it has a stabilizer and a gimbal, so we could do that shot without it being all wobbly and shit.
What if you just get you one of those like them shits that you hold, and then what the fuck is it called?
Steadicam. Is it like a backpack or is it like a?
No, it's like a thing. Like
a dolly track.
No, that'd be cool as fuck though.
That'd be a lot of dolly track.
Yeah,
for one. For one
I just
clip.
drive 6 feet and then That's our shot. It's just um I don't know what the fuck it's called, bro. It's like a gimbal. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like a fucking I don't know the fucking terminology for it. It's gonna fucking piss me off. But
Is that like something that comes from behind you over you and then it has like a little string?
there's all sorts of different variants of it. Like there's like ones you can hold on to. It's like a stabilizer. So like if you move like this, the camera stays
Oh yeah,
steady
that's
like that.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what the
I think
fuck
those
it's
are called cage gimbals, but I'm not sure.
Kyle, leave it in the comments below.
It's a gimbal, but I know what you're talking about. It's like a square
Yeah.
piece of metal with like motors and shit in it, and it keeps the camera from. I know what you're talking about.
I'm glad somebody's on the same page.
But I don't know what it's called either.
Welcome to the Two Tone Podcast.
That's why we got Kyle in the comments.
Leave it in the comments below. Thank you. But anyways, I got some ideas in the old noggin for the music video, so I'm excited to see how it comes out. Being in my first music video, being
I mean, we could always rent a
the thing we was talking about.
camera gear that we can suction cup to the door of your car, and so the camera's like connected to your car. But
That seems sketchy.
yeah, it's a little sketch. But
I might have to say I don't know how much I trust the suction cup with the couple $100 camera.
But
on it.
I mean, we could get it from like Bayonet, who's like a big camera company that loans out camera equipment. But we'd have to figure that out.
I'm gonna say we'll look into it when the time comes. I'm not too pressed about it being like a like a Cole Bennett level production, but
Yeah.
Excuse me again, jeez. I am quite particular when it comes to like the shit that I produce and the shit that comes out under my name, so it'll probably be a quite the experience to work with me as a director. But anyways, we already talked about Spiff, Diff, and Kush, right? I think so.
We talked about how it was working on the script, but that's about it. It's all we talked about. But.
Oh yeah, I wanted to. We're gonna circle back to that. I wanted to talk about how you were talking about it's gonna be like the most demanding edit that you've had so far.
Yeah.
What's gonna make it difficult in your mind?
So we have to motion track. We're gonna have to motion track a lot of the equipment for a lot of like the weapons, like the guns and stuff, for like flashes, gun flashes, and also we're gonna have to put in bullet hits and stuff like that, which is gonna take a lot of work because we're gonna have to motion track a lot of the scenes for it.
I'm about to say I could see the like doing the flash from the muzzles and shit being quite the arduous task.
I mean, I don't even know if it's gonna be like that hard, but I feel like it's gonna be a little hard.
I feel like it's
a little
one
bit
of those
more difficult than what we shot the first time around.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to say you gotta go up. You gotta, if you ain't doing something you didn't do in the last one, then figure out a way you can do something new. But I'm about to say I'm sure it's one of those things that's like it could be difficult the first couple times you try and do it, but especially with me editing the like the podcast and stuff, like cutting the clips and all that shit. I've had so much experience in Premiere. Like when I first started, I didn't know any of the shortcuts on the keyboard and shit. And now I'm just like, all right, Control Z, Control C, press C to cut this clip, press V so I can rearrange them again. And Premiere is all sorts of fucked up.
I mean, I'm not like I know some of the terminology, but it's more of like a lot of it is the terminology of what people use in YouTube videos and stuff when you're trying to figure out, like when you're watching a video on how to do something. It's difficult to figure out because of the terminology, but
I get that. Most of the time, whenever I don't understand what they're talking about, I'll be like, all right, take what they said and Google that shit real quick, and then reverse engineer the problem.
Yeah.
But there's been many things on Premiere that I've like there was one time where like I literally couldn't drag anything into Premiere, and it was because there was one thing that I deleted on accident, and like it's called a sequence. It's like where you put all your clips in and shit. So
Yeah.
originally where I would drag all the clips was just empty, and I didn't realize it was empty. So I had to go back in after like 2 weeks of trying to figure out what the fucking problem was. And I figured it out because I was looking at somebody else's video, like,
I've done that before when
and I was like, hold up, I don't have this little section that they have. And then I was like, oh, fuck it, fuck me. Well, press 2 buttons and it was fixed. And I was like, God damn it, I've been fucking with this for half a week trying to figure out what the fucking problem is.
there was something that I tried to do one time where I tried to like do a invisible, like a transparent person, like a ghost type figure sitting next to a human, but I couldn't figure out how to track it. So I got like the cutout of like the ghost figure set, but when the character walked in to sit down on the couch, he like clipped through the cut. So like half of his body was like cut off from the video of the ghost just sitting there.
Gotcha.
And so I was just like, I'm fucking done with this, and I got off. I never went back to try and figure it out. I just said I'm done.
I feel like editing, especially like trying to figure out the program and stuff, it's kind of like it's like a little puzzle, and my fucking autistic brain loves me a good puzzle. So I'm sitting here for like half an hour trying to figure out one thing where that's needed to click this one button, and
And then you come to
watching
me the next day. I fucking hate it.
Right.
I'm like,
there was one time like my Premiere literally would not work at all, and I was like, what the fuck is the problem, bro? And my computer died one day when I was trying to figure out what the problem was, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna charge it, I'll come back to it after work. I came back, started the computer back up, it worked perfectly fine. And I was like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? So like sometimes I figured out you just gotta restart your computer for some fucking dumb odd reason.
yeah. It's
But-
just, I feel like Adobe made their Premiere a little bit too confusing for like newer people. But
Oh yeah,
after you figure it out, you know how to use it.
I'm about to say I'm still learning shit about Premiere every time I fucking use it. Like
I bet Kyle would walk in and like be on Premiere and he'd just, all right, done. And we'd be like, the fuck is this?
I just edited this 45-minute clip, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
In like 3 seconds. And me and you were just sitting here just like, that would have taken us like 4 hours.
Dead ass. I must say, we were talking about this last time he was in town, about how he uses the fucking mouse, the trackpad to edit. And I was like, I couldn't fucking do that, bro. Like, I have a fucking mouse that I use, like a little USB mouse that I connect whenever I'm not doing the pod, like to do all my shit on the computer. Like I can't fucking do the trackpad and shit. But Kyle's like, I've been doing it for fucking 10 years on the trackpad, so I'm just like, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I couldn't do
well,
that.
I mean, he does fucking edit for people now as his job, so he has to be good at it.
I mean, to each their own, and then there's more than one way to skin a cat. But with the trackpad, bro, I couldn't fucking do it. That's like those laptops that had the little fucking it's like what's the company? BlackBerry, like how they had the little ball thing. You remember the laptops that had the little red nib in the middle?
My Dell laptop has that. Yeah.
Bro, I don't understand how motherfuckers use that shit. That's fucked. I couldn't do it.
Bro, the first time I ever saw one of those computers, I was like, what the fuck does this do? And I put my finger on it and it started moving the mouse. I was like, that's disgusting.
Who designed this?
But imagine if that's how Kyle edited his videos with the little
nib.
Yeah.
Bruh. I don't know if I could be his friend if he edited with the nib, bro. If you got a laptop with a nib in 2023, bro, get you a new one.
But yeah. Oh, speaking about editing,
Speaking of editing,
do you want to ask the question to Kyle?
to Kyle
Yeah,
about what?
editing the pod.
No, I was talking shit at work the other day because I was like, there's so much fucking shit that I have to do to promote the podcast. Like I gotta fucking cut the clips, fucking send them to Theo's bitch ass so he forgets to post them half of the time, and then fucking post the clips to Instagram and Twitter and fucking YouTube and shit. I was like, I need to get a fucking producer for the podcast, bro. We got too many subscribers, bro. We too big. 47 subscribers. Let me see real quick.
And then I walked away and I was like, Kyle, and he was like, I mean, shit, might as well.
I'm about to say I'm gonna just start sending you the raw clips each week, and you can decide what the podcast looks like from here on out. Cause props to all y'all motherfuckers that be editing and doing this shit for a living, cause it's a lot of
Yeah.
fucking work, man.
I don't think I could ever do that as a job in the
I mean,
music in the movie industry is editing.
If it was the only thing I did,
No.
like if I didn't have to have a 9 to 5 and then also edit the podcast, I feel like it would be a completely different experience. You know, like
I mean, like if I learned how to edit, I feel like I could, but as of right now, I don't feel confident enough to edit a film or movie
I mean,
on my own.
I get that. It's definitely a quite the process learning, learning to work with directors and shit, finding out what they want the edit to actually look like. I feel like a lot of times, especially in big productions, the editors don't really have too much of an influence on the movie. Like, they can obviously fuck it up with the pacing and shit,
You ever see those the audio technicians in like the in the studios with like the rappers and they're like doing all their audio work and the rappers sitting next to them? I feel like that's what it's kind of like during the editing phase of a movie. Like you just got the director sitting there and the guy who's the editor is just doing things. He's like, "You like this?" And the director's like,
I mean, that makes sense, just that I feel like that would damn near be the most efficient way to do it.
"Yeah,
You could just get it done in one shot instead of having to send copies back and forth, I feel like the longer the production, the more that would be valuable. Because, if you just have to watch a 5 minute short, 4 or 5 times, it's not that bad. But if it's an hour and a half movie, bruh, I'm going to be sitting next to the editor to be like, all right, I need that to the left 2 inches. Jesus Christ, child,
I saved
be
it.
careful.
We're good."
About spilled a drink all over my whole shit. Gave me a heart attack.
I love how I went, "Ooh," and he woke up. I saw his head go.
Yeah. I'm gonna say lying in my cat's sleeping over here. See if I can't get y'all a little all right, come with me.
He's a little cutie.
All right. There he is. Ignore the mess. Just little guy. He be out here chilling with us sometimes. Oh fuck. See if I can't get y'all in the same spot. All right, that works for me. What was we even talking about?
Editing.
Editing. I feel like we beat this horse enough.
I was gonna say something else.
What was you gonna say?
Oh, watching. So I have one issue with making short films and coming up with ideas and shit and writing it out. You literally sit there all day, or you sit down, you work on it for like a good 3-4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through those 3 or 4 hours, you're like, this fucking sucks. That's the hardest part to get through is like, this fucking sucks, and not wanting to start over again.
I totally get what you're saying. I feel like that's the point when your brain is like, I just need a fucking break from what I've been doing.
But even then, like you'll sleep for a day without even working on it. You'll come back in like a week or something, and you'll be like, this still fucking sucks.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I feel like there's definitely like a burnout point when you're working on anything. Like it happens to me all the time whenever I'm working on music. Like there's I probably said this like 100 times on the pod, but there's been so many songs that like I'll start and then 10 minutes later I'm like I'm not really fucking feeling this, man, but I won't delete it because I put some time into it. There's got to be some value in there, and
Like
a lot of the times like I won't even use that song, but I'll
I got
use a part of like a technique that I used in that song, apply it to something else that I actually feel confident in putting out.
yeah, I got like 23 different scripts that I've started just sitting there because I got so tired of writing them.
I mean, it happens, man. Like I literally have probably like 40 songs that will never be released. Like they're just, I was like, I just want to fuck around on the iPad for a little bit, or like literally all of my looper is just random shit that I'll never put out because it's just me practicing a looper from when I was like 18, 19. But you gotta flesh out the ideas. You gotta, and also writing is one of those things that I feel like a lot of people's opinion on writing is either you're a good writer or you're not. But I feel like it's one of those things where you can definitely get better at it. Like
Yeah.
you can get better at reading, you can get better at throwing a baseball. Why can't you get better at writing? It's just one of those things that getting better at writing is not just writing and writing and writing and writing until you have this magnificent script. You gotta
Well, I mean,
read, you gotta
yeah.
you know do prompts. I feel like that's a really good way to trying to kind of find a new way around a situation that almost seems.
Or even just chat, or even just have a conversation with Chat GPT.
That's also an option.
Just tell them to write you a script based on whatever, but don't use the script, but read through it and just find the ideas that you think would be good.
I'm about to say there's so many avenues, especially in nowadays, where you can find out new ways to find new ideas or use a certain kind of technique in a new way.
Like
Or
oh, sorry.
I'm gonna say, even though if it, as sometimes it kind of feels like everything's been done, there every year there's movies that come out and you're like, holy shit, this movie is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like it's not one of those things that's only attainable at the highest level. You gotta put in the work. You gotta grind and grind.
Um, with the script or with the strikes that were happening against like having AI take over the writing scene for movies and stuff. Yes, I feel like that's wrong and you're taking people out of their jobs, but also in the same hand, you can use AI to help you come up with ideas. Like don't take the specific story that the AI makes, just take certain points or parts of the what it comes up with and then throw that into your script and be like, There's a new way around that."
Right. I feel like the majority of the problem with the strikes or regarding like AI and ChatGPT and stuff like that. I feel like they were starting to move in the direction where like they were having AI write the entire script, like not
that's
just
wrong. That's wrong.
like they were having them come up with the premise of the movie, come up with the storyline, and the writers are just there to make sure they fucking spelled everything right, I guess. But I understand what you're saying. There's
like I use it as I use AI as a tool to help me come up with ideas. I don't use it as a tool for my idea.
I get that. I'm gonna say there's definitely a fine line between using AI and stealing what AI has to offer, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like in the end, whose idea is AI's? You know, because the AI can't claim ownership of the idea. That'd be some crazy shit. AI becomes sentient and just starts making banger ass movies.
But I mean, it's taking ideas from stuff that's already been made, putting it together, coming up with its own idea. So, I mean, technically, you are kind of stealing from other people's work, but
Right.
they're probably dead and long gone. So,
That's fucking fried.
like, imagine Shakespeare coming back and trying to sue your ass because you stole his one word from his one script that he made
That'd be fun.
that he never released. It's like, you're fucking
The
dead, bro.
unreleased Shakespeare.
I just came up with another idea for another movie. What you just said. The unreleased Shakespeare.
Somebody like finds a Shakespeare in the middle of the desert.
A
and just like,
Shakespearean thing. Shakespearean script that he never released, and then he releases it.
he comes out with the movie and he's like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck? This is so good. How did you become a writer, sir?" He's like, "Well, I've always been dedicated."
Kind of like Yesterday
Oh yeah, yeah.
with the guy,
The
and
Beatles.
he's the only one that remembered the Beatles.
Yeah, I never saw that movie. It looked interesting.
It's
You ever
good.
see it?
It's pretty good.
Could you imagine if like the whole world forgot just the band and you were like, "What the fuck? Hold up."
And you're
in
the only one that remembered it.
Yeah, what in the fucking Mandela effect is going on here, bro?
I mean, that shit would be cool though, because then you could be like showing people new things, and they'd be like, "Who's this again?" You'd be like, "This is the Beatles."
Be like, "Who's that? I've never heard of the Beatles." Be like, "Oh, I'm the Beatles." Sorry. Yes. Hello. Nice to meet you.
I feel like that movie's a metaphor for people who have difficulties with personality difficulties, like people like who have like multiple personality disorder that can't remember what one personality, or you know what DID is. That's basically what I'm talking about.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how one of their disorder or one of their identities could do something, but the other ones don't know that they did that.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I might say I never seen the movie, so I couldn't really tell you what the
Quick question:
moral of it is.
do
Quick
you think
answer.
Sing Street is a musical?
Oh, is Sing Street a musical?
What is a musical?
Kinda. It kinda is. Like there, I don't know. Is it a music? What do you think? Is it a musical?
Well, I mean, they're singing about things that happen to them in the movie. So therefore they're singing about the movie that they're in. So therefore it would be considered a musical, because musicals are about people who are singing about situations or things that are happening to them inside the film. That's what I think, but that's just me.
I mean, that's
'Cause like
that's pretty on the nose. I mean,
Brown Shoes, that song, literally he's talking about the priest and how he's forcing him to wear black shoes.
right. Well, I don't know, cause like some of the songs on the sound, if you want to look at it from the soundtrack, it's not a musical because
He's singing about the girl that he wants to be with.
I know all the songs that he writes are like musical songs, but there are other songs in the movie that aren't connected to the movie in any way.
But
like,
does that make it a musical or not?
That's what I was saying. Like, if you look at it from the perspective of the soundtrack,
Just alone the soundtrack.
yeah, if you're just looking at the soundtrack, it's not a musical. But if you're watching the movie, it definitely feels like a musical.
What would that be considered?
I
What
don't know.
genre? Musical?
I don't know. I would.
Romance?
I'd probably say like it's like a rom-com kind of vibe. I feel like that's the genre it would get mostly put under. I definitely feel like it wouldn't be labeled as a musical. Like if you're looking on the shelves in the store, you know, you're like musicals. Oh, Sing Street. You know, it's not going to be in that section. But when you break it down, it kind of is a musical. Leave your opinion in the comments below. Is Sing Street a musical?
Is Whiplash a musical?
No, no. It's a movie about music because like the songs that they're playing are already jazz standards. Like they're just playing.
Is La La Land a musical?
Yeah,
Or is it a rom-com?
most definitely a musical. There's 100% chance it's a musical. There's no way it's not a musical.
Well, true. Yeah, I guess.
They be singing and dancing and doing numbers together and shit.
Yeah. I guess
It's a musical, 100%. All right. What? What, nigga? What do you want?
Are any of Tim Burton's films musicals? Nightmare Before Christmas, is that a musical?
No. No.
Corpse Bride.
Never seen it.
Why would you say that Nightmare Before Christmas isn't a musical?
I don't know.
They're singing about situations that they're in.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
It's just so confusing because some films you could be like, is it a musical or is it not? But, you know.
There are quite a few that, you know, fall into that in-between category where it's like, it's not, like, there's times where, like, I don't feel like it's trying to be a musical, but it's definitely kind of a musical.
Is it a Christmas movie or Halloween? My
Halloween
opinion, it's a
movie.
Halloween movie.
Yeah. It definitely feels like a Halloween movie more, in my opinion.
Kyle says it's a Christmas movie. I disagree with him. Not
Really?
you, Kyle Baston. Different Kyle we know.
Oh. Kyle will work.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He said it's a Christmas movie because at the end, Jack wants to make it Christmas. Wants to make Halloween Land Christmas Land. But I said, where does he spend the most time? In Halloween Land. And at the end of the movie, he doesn't want to make it a Christmas Land. He falls in love with Sally. And
That
then,
Halloween land ass bitch.
and then they release Santa Claus to have Christmas. So I think it's a Halloween movie.
It definitely sounds like a Halloween movie. It's definitely brought up more around Halloween than it is Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is odd because Christmas is in the title.
Well, I mean, think about the title. Nightmare Before Christmas. When is Halloween?
We've talked about
before
this on
Christmas.
the pod. It's a Thanksgiving movie. Bum, 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 bum. That's what I said last time. Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
I was about to say he's like laying on his side like that, and he just like scrunched all this shit up together. Oh, that was fucking adorable. I'm sorry y'all missed that. Anyways, all right, onward and upward on the podcast. Let's get into the film and album of the week before we run out of time here. All right, so what you want to talk about first?
We could talk about the album first.
Okay, so album of the week is oh shit, got this all jacked up. There you go. Album of the week is from a band that came to my knowledge by way of Kyle Baston. So,
Woo! Kyle.
oh my god. Anyways, so he told me about this band a few months ago. He went to this concert and he was like, "Bro, you gotta check these dudes out. They just had a tuba solo in this fucking song." And I was like, "Who the fuck?" All right, first of all, who the fuck plays tuba? All right, and when the fuck did they get a solo? Like, when the fuck could you solo on a tuba? Just some big ass motherfucker just fuck. I was like, what the fuck? That's some wild ass shit. But anyways, the album is called Black to the Future. It is from a band called Sons of Kemet. So I sent you the album a couple of days ago, and you were listening to it at work.
Yeah.
What's your overall opinion of Sons of Kemet?
First of all, I don't like the first song that they have on the album.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about.
Second
with your opinion.
Second of all, I feel like they kind of have like a reggae meets like jazz type of sound.
Most definitely.
And it's kind of confusing because I don't know if it should be jazz or reggae.
A little bit of both, in my opinion.
But yeah, it's kind of confusing.
I can understand the confusion. They definitely have a what's the word I'm looking for? A hodgepodge of genres that they pull from. But back to what you were saying about the first quote unquote song. So it's pretty much just like this dude. It's talking about being a slave and being a Negro and whatnot. And
that one song in the album.
Which one? I'm gonna bring it up real quick.
I think it was like Outside Negro or something like that. Something Negro.
The Field Negus.
Yeah, that song.
Y'all get the vibe. It's kind of like a slam poetry kind of vibe in the first track on the album. But the reason I chose this album really is because the second track is it's called "Pick Up Your Burning Cross." But oh jeez, didn't mean to play it all. But "Pick Up Your Burning Cross." It was on. They did a performance for some radio station. I forget what it was. I think it was KEXP. It's a West Coast station, but they were doing a live performance for him on the radio, and that was the first song that they chose. And I was just sitting there. I was like, "Oh fuck, this song is a bop, bro." And so I ended up listening to the rest of the album, and they have a few more. I don't know what you call them, like skits throughout the album. What's your opinion on a skit in an album, Theo?
What do you mean by skit?
Like when like when they're talking instead of like when the track is just
so like the first song.
Yeah. What's your opinion on using those throughout the album?
I don't really care for it. Because if I listen to music, I want to listen to music. I don't want to listen to somebody talk about their music.
I can totally understand that viewpoint. There's one artist that
also it just like kills the vibe of the.
Yeah, definitely. There's one artist named Brent Faiyaz. You know Brent Faiyaz is?
I believe so. Yeah. Isn't he like a
R&B?
Juice WRLD?
No, I wouldn't say.
Does
like
he sing slow songs?
Yeah, like his most famous song is like the one that's like fuck the world, I'm a walking erection.
Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm about to say. So that's Brent Faiyaz, but he uses a lot of skits throughout his albums, and I always feel like it's interesting to see what they come up with to put into the album, but most of the time it's just like, we could have done without this. Why do we have this in the album?
Yeah.
As you said, it just kind of kills the vibe of the album. You come off of one song and you're thinking we're about to go into another song, but somebody just like, and then I came in the window and she was sitting there in her bonnet, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? I don't care about this bitch, bro. Come on.
Talking about Tyler the Creator and that one fucking song where he's literally singing about being a creep. and it has like, I think it's ASAP is in it.
What song are you talking about?
He's like literally like his music video for the song is literally him just creeping through windows and staring at girls. I think you
Not
know it.
familiar.
I'll play it. Hold up. See, Kyle, this is why we need a producer.
Yep. That's more of a in-house kind of thing. My dumbass just went to fucking Spotify and typed in Kyle. I'm about to say I don't really know where to even look.
Oh, that's literally the song. Oh no, it's not the song.
The only song I can think of with the only one I can think of with ASAP is
Sprite Ocean.
oh yeah, all right, I got you. Hold up. It's called She, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like literally, he's like inside the house in the video, going through her shit.
How did we even get on this topic? What are we talking about?
Because you were talking about seeing a girl in a blouse or some shit like that, and it made me think of that.
Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck me. And that's how easily we can get off topic. But
And that is, ladies and gentlemen, is how Theo's brain works.
only references. No thoughts currently going on. Just bouncing off of the conversation. He said tomato. I ate a tomato one time in 2014. It was all right.
It was okay.
Oh, fucking Friday shit. All right. Anyways, Sons of Kemet. They're a group of I think 3 or 4 guys.
You know what their
One of
name
them-
should be?
Huh.
Sons of Kermit.
I typed that
Kermit
in
the
one.
Frog.
Yeah, I typed that in one time on accident, and I was like, "That's
It's not their
that's
name.
a great band name, but that's not what I'm looking
Sons
for."
of Kermit.
It's just
They're
Kermit's nephews.
When they're fucking the Zach Fox of the Kermit the Frog video.
What are you talking about?
when Zach Fox is talking to Kermit the Frog, and Kermit's like he's talking about how many children he had.
Oh, the fucking Instagram live
Yeah.
clip. Yeah, I forgot all
And
about.
fucking Zach Fox
Jesus.
is literally just dying, and like he keeps turning the phone away from his face to show that he's not laughing, and then he'll come back all serious.
Oh fuck, I forgot all about that. That's fucking fried.
Kermit
If y'all
the
know
Frog,
about
bro.
Zach Fox, bro, go look him up. He's fucking hilarious. Holy shit, that's good. That's good. Oh fuck, what was he talking about?
That should be
Oh.
your next album.
No,
Just
I'm
one of
not
his.
making an album that's called Sons of Kermit.
No, that not that. One of your next albums of the week should just be Zach Fox.
A Zach Fox album.
I got depression.
That's only a single, but I might have to choose it. But anyway, Sons of Kemet. It's a group of 3 or 4 guys. One of them plays the tuba. One of them plays saxophone, and then there's a drummer. I think there's also a keyboard player. Couldn't tell you honestly, but either way, as TT was saying, it's kind of like a mix of reggae and jazz. You know, it's it definitely kind of explores a few other genres, but it's mostly kind of jazzy, kind of reggae. Very interesting sound. Very interesting sound. Fuck. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. You know, wherever you get music, I'm sure they'll be there. But onward and upward. What you want to get into about? Or actually, let's do this quote of the week. I've been forgetting it for like 5 weeks now. But if you watch the pod, it's always a different one each week if you want to read it. But anyways, quote of the week comes to us by way of TT this week. Usually I'll find something and put it in there. But hit me with the quote of the week real quick, T.
Imagine how big you would dream if you knew you couldn't fail.
Very, very profound. I feel like a lot of times people align their end goals with their abilities right now.
Yeah.
They you gotta shoot for the stars. Gotta aim for the highest position that there is. Even if you don't make it, you'll land upon a position that's favorable at least. Anyways, onward and upward. Uh, what you choose for the film of the week, T,
Edward Scissorhands.
and why you choose Edward Scissorhands?
It's made by one of my favorite directors, and it has one of my favorite actors in it. So
I figured that'd be the reason. Another Tim Burton movie featuring good old what's his dig.
Johnny Depp.
Yo, that's the dude. So, what about Edward Scissorhands intrigues you, or is it just because Tim Burton is the director, you gotta watch it?
I mean, it's not that because Tim Burton made it. It's more of because of how Tim Burton makes his films. It's just the way that he makes them is so interesting. How the designs of the sets look, and like the story that he comes up with and all that.
I can understand that. I would say I was watching Edward Scissorhands earlier today. I only got 45% of the way through it. So, I got a couple questions for you. Have you seen it recently?
No, but I do remember it.
Okay. Works for me. So, question number 1. How did he get his hands? What the fuck is up with his hands?
So his father, the person that lives in the castle on the hill, is a creator, and he wanted to create a human type of robotic machine. So he creates Edward, but while he's making Edward's hands, or he's made Edward's and all he needs to finish is his hands, but Edward's he dies before he can finish Edward's hands. So Edwards has the scissors for his hands. That's how it...
That's just fucking lazy. Straight up fucking lazy backstory, man. How the fuck? Tell me.
Well, I mean, there's more to the backstory, but that's basically the whole premise, is that he just died before he could finish his hands.
Who the fuck? How the fuck he get scissors? How the fuck did he die and bro had scissors for hands? That was just one of the fucking options. He was like, all right, fingers, no. Scissors, yeah. And then he was like, oh, I'm dead.
No, I think I don't know the whole backstory. I don't remember every single detail. That's been a while since I watched the film. But basically, he made his body out of whatever materials he could. Whatever materials he had lying around. And scissors were what he had lying around, so he put that as a placeholder for then. And then he was going to make actual hands, but died before he could finish them. Or before he could even start making them.
Okay. I'm still confused a little bit, but I'll just have to finish the movie to see it out. Anyways, next question.
Yes.
Oh Lord, I wrote my notes so terribly. Does the religious chick have anything to do with the story, or is he just in there for fun?
Religious chick.
So the last scene that I saw, they were at the barbecue thing they were having,
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Sorry.
They were at the barbecue, right?
Yeah.
And the chick she comes up and she was like, "I knew you were the devil," blah blah blah, And then she walks out and she was like, "He's not made from this earth," or some shit like that.
Oh, she was the only one that knows that Edward Scissorhands isn't a human, that he's a robot.
Oh, he's a fuck. Oh, that makes so much fucking sense. You just said that bro fucking made him.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking slow, bro. That makes so much more sense now.
But she knows that the guy that lived in the tower made him as a robot that acts like a human. So.
Gotcha. See, this all makes so much more sense. I should just watch the fucking movie. Oh Lord. All right. Spoiler alert. How does the movie end?
So him and the girl,
Mm-hmm.
they fall in love.
Ew. The chick that takes him in?
No, the daughter of the chick that takes him in.
Oh, okay, yes.
They fall in love.
And they have little robot babies.
No, the town
With
tries
scissor feet.
No.
Could you imagine?
Just Edward Scissor Feet.
No. That's the sequel.
I'll make it.
Bet. All right.
No,
so they fall in love.
They fall in love.
Right.
The townspeople chase him out because he's a robot and they don't like people.
Right.
Like,
we don't like your kind around here, boy.
Just like the Christians did back in the day,
Right.
But they chase him out. He runs back up to the castle where he lives. And so he stays up in the castle. The daughter, if you were paying attention in the beginning of the movie, there was an old lady and two kids. And she was reading them bedtime stories.
There's only one kid.
Same difference. But
okay.
There's an old lady and a kid. And
she's the daughter.
Yeah, she's the daughter. And she talks about like how after that it snowed in the town that she lived in because it never snowed.
Mm-hmm.
So after Edward Scissorhands ran back up to his castle, it started snowing. And then it shows that Edward is carving ice sculptures with his little scissor hands, shit. And that creates, ice dust, which then turns into snow.
Mm-hmm.
That falls onto the town. And
that's a lot of fucking bros going ham sandwich on the fucking cars.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a lot of fucking.
And the fucking last clip of him doing it, because he does it in the very ending. Mm-hmm. You can literally see his hands just going like this, and then the snow's just falling. His hands are doing this. It's just Johnny Depp doing that for a good minute. It's just like somebody standing.
Oh, turn your mic.
Somebody standing behind the ice sculpture with
which is a bucket of fucking fake snow, just
throwing it up. I mean, you don't see them, but you can tell that it's not.
That's fucking funny.
It's just funny, but
the practical effects back in the day always make me crack up watching them nowadays. You're like, we had to start somewhere, but I didn't think it was that bad, bro.
But
that's
it starts
funny.
snowing again after she finishes with the bedtime story, and then it goes back up to Edward Scissorhands carving the sculptures and shit.
As an old man, he just up there.
He's still young.
Oh yeah, because he's a robot, bro. I really don't be fucking paying attention to shit. All right, we're about at an hour.
Any more questions?
I don't have any more questions about the movie.
We gotta get to TT's talks then.
That's what I was about to get into. You're at about an hour into the Toot Tone podcast, and if you're here to stick around the entire time, you get to dive into what we call TT's talks. And if you don't know, Theo will send me the most random fuck shit at any hour of the day or night. And, I just figured I'd give y'all a little enjoyment of what I get to witness each week. All right, first up on the docket, TT's Talks. All right, it's a meme. It says, "Friend, what are you doing? Me, working. Friends, what are you doing after work? Me, sleeping for work tomorrow."
That's so you.
It's me as fuck. Can't even lie. If I ain't working, I'm about to. All right, give me just a second. We'll switch it to the next talk. It says me after hanging out with people and making them laugh the whole time, and it's due with like one of those little tip screens that you see on the like the little mobile card reader things. That's fucking fried.
That was me.
It takes a lot to make a motherfucker laugh, bro, especially over the entire time you're hanging out. That's a couple hours, bro. All right. Bro, straight fucking ran into the... It's a little kid in one of those fucking fun house mirror mazes. Yeah. Turns around and just ba-boom. Sounded like the fucking Netflix intro. That's fucking fried. All right, onward and upward.
Nubs. Nubs.
This says her. Don't touch me. Me. Continuing to touch her. He's grabbing all the knobs.
I love how he switches the little fucking thing at the bottom. Just watching
the little throttle switch at the bottom. Oh my god. Alright, fucking let's get on to the next one. I'm trying to do these in real time with the editing, so bear with me if it's a little choppy. Less salary with good sleep is better than a huge salary with bad sleep. Me with less salary and bad sleep. Bro, that's how TT be looking in the morning. He come into work just dead as fuck to the world. I'm like, you all right, bud? Just give him a little pat on the shoulder. It'll be okay. We'll get through this. That's straight TT as fuck. I can't even lie.
Sometimes it'd be like that, man. Can't help it.
I can't even lie. Sometimes in the morning I'd be walking in just... Oh, hey, welcome.
Fucking Jennifer trying to talk to your ass for
an
hour and a half.
Jennifer's, oh my God. So there was this one time, like in 1984, that I'm like, Jennifer, if you...
Imagine when Jennifer gets to this episode.
Back up. In 7 years, when she gets to this episode, I'm not too worried about it. All right. Next one.
This cat is creepy as fuck.
This cat's straight giving the mean mug to the camera the whole time, bro. Sorry, I missed the audio on this one. That cat was not fucking with the camera at all.
He said the camera's on me. Bet.
He said, who's in there? What is this? What is this magic box? All right, next one. This is TT as fuck.
When we were younger.
Watch out. Two's right here. Right that. Right here.
The fucking snot, bro.
No.
The fucking snot, bro. This is me trying to teach Theo
Watch
math
out.
when he
Two's
was like
right
5.
here. Right that. Right here.
The snot.
No.
Oh, not the snot. Oh, bro was fucking... He was crying. Which one was it? This one, I think. But we'll find out. Come on. You know where we go. You know where we going. Oh, okay. That's all I have for this week of TT's Talks. Thank you for joining us. Holy fuck. All right. My name is Jaylen Kell. Unfuckswittable. It dropped a few months ago. Keep your eyes peeled for Unfuckswittable Deluxe Edition. I just got done editing the cover for it the other day. So, coming to a streaming service near you. Unfuckswittable Deluxe Edition. Keep up with me on all my socials and music and stuff at linktree.com/JAK Productions. That'll take you to my Spotify and all that wonderful shit. Instagram, social medias, you know the deal. Appreciate you. TT, hit up with your spiel before we sign off.
My name's Theo. You can check out my films at Glasshouse Films 8 on YouTube. And you can contact me at Glasshouse Films 8 on Instagram if you would like to be a part at any point in helping me with my films. And if you would like to watch two friends play Rainbow Six and be dumb and stupid for a good minute, you can check me out at Glasshouse Plays on Twitch.
Hell yeah. Glad to see you you getting into a new avenue of creativity. Always interested to see what other people like to get into, you know. Anyways, thank you for joining us. This has been the Two Tone Podcast. Hey, hit subscribe. Hey, hit subscribe. Hey. If you don't hit subscribe, you gon' die. So hit subscribe. Hit him with some parting words, T.
Parting words.
Thank you. This has been the Two Tone Podcast. Be safe, y'all.